Nick Fuentes has been going in on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I feel bad for that woman, man. She just had enough. All right, I feel like she just had enough. A lot of MAGA um, supportive MAGA people are on her ass, man. Let me share this. My speak on this topic. You gonna let Nick speak? Let's take a listen.
And then it gets so much better. She writes, typical of Republican men telling a woman to shut up, get back in the kitchen and fix me something to eat. Is that what he said? Is that what he was saying? You're quitting. You ran for Congress. You said you would fix things. And now you're quitting a year in for no good reason because it got hard. Somebody says, hey, you should really finish what you started. And now she says, you're telling a woman to get back in the kitchen and fix me dinner? What? Is that what he said? What are you talking about? What is that? And where is that coming from?
That's what I really said too, because it's just a random dude that tweeted, you should really finish what you started, finish your term. The dude said you should really finish your term, and she went on a whole rant talking about something. Are you really telling a woman to go back in the kitchen and fix you finish what she started, or fix you like dinner? Like, it's just, I'm like, what?
Now, what do you hate men now? Typical of Republican men. Are you kidding? It would be bad enough if she said typical of men. Typical of Republican men? Hey, bitch, you're a Republican. Who do you think voted for you? What are you talking about? Typical of Republican men. You're a Republican. You have ran as a Republican and won as a Republican in 2020, 2022, 2024. Who do you think voted for you?
99%.
That's who you're attacking.
99% of her supporters are Republicans.
You're going to generalize all Republican men? Typical of Republican men to be what? Traditional? First of all, he didn't even say that. He said the opposite. He said, okay, you want to run for Congress and be a politician? Be a politician then. Finish your term. She says it's sexist. We're telling her to get in the kitchen. How does that even? It's literally the opposite. Wouldn't it be a typical chauvinist to say you should resign and get in the kitchen? Not you shouldn't resign. You need to stay in Congress and finish your job. So what is typical then for us to tell you not to quit? For us to tell you to finish what you started, fulfill your obligations and your responsibilities? So what, we can't tell women what to do? Better yet, we can't tell our congresswomen what to do. A congresswoman is under no obligation to finish her term if she doesn't want to. And if you expect her to, you're a typical sexist pig. That's just like, that is like a delusional, hateful, sick thing to say. This is a person that's not right in the head. For a politician to say that, messed up. And you know what I'm getting? You know what I'm really detecting there? It could be that she's resentful of Trump. You know, Trump really did rug pull her. He really betrayed her. Maybe she's mad at him. She's taking it out on other Republican men. But you know what that sounds like to me? She went on The View and got a warm reception from Whoopi Goldberg and from the women of The View, a very liberal show. And when she started talking about the Epstein files, a lot of liberals that fucking hated her guts a few years ago started to say, why am I agreeing with Marjorie? Why am I agreeing with Marjorie? She seems okay. And you almost have to wonder if Marjorie is looking around and at her new friends and thinking to herself, what am I doing wasting my time being a Republican in Congress? I've been attacked and ridiculed and mocked as a loony hillbilly, as a loony, knuckle-dragging hillbilly Republican for the last 5 years. Why am I doing this? Just to be attacked by Trump? Just, you know, for things to, bad things to happen to me? So that almost sounds like there is like a feminist trying to break out here. This is like,
that's how I feel. That's how I'm starting to look at it too. Maybe she's just done with the Republican Party as a whole. Because Trump, which is at the top of the chain in the Republican Party, is calling her a traitor. She's now looking. I guess Nick just mentioned that. I think she went on the View for an interview. So they were gassing her up and shit. So she might be getting comfortable. She might be she might have new friends now and stuff. So she's going off on Twitter on about anything. Somebody just tweeting her that she should finish her term. She's going off talking about typical Republican man always trying to tell women what to do. It's just like, women, that's what you signed up for. That's what the
like a
people
serious
voted for.
girl boss syndrome. This is like a girl boss, and really like a liberal contagion. She went on The View and said, "Oh, I like this. I'm on The View. These women, these liberal women, all conservative women want to be famous. They want to be liberal women, but liberal women hate them. So they reluctantly have to push the screws, turn the screws on the liberal women." She goes on the show and says, "Oh, I like how this feels. They're agreeing with me on The View. This is such a big talk show." They all want to be Oprah. They all want to do daytime TV. Now her problem is with Republican men, sexism. Get back in the kitchen, she says. Really? What a joke.
And that's just what it is, man. People switch up all the time. This is not new, especially with Republicans. I mean, not Republicans. I'm not gonna say Republicans because Republicans, Democrats, they just politicians. That's what I meant to say. They all switch up all the time, and we've seen it in plenty of cases, different aspects. And that's just what it is. Just people can't keep up with the pressure sometimes. The pressure be too much. A lot of the MAGA supporters are a little excessive with the threats and stuff like that. Democrats, the liberal, are even worse with the threats, especially when Charlie Kirk passed away. We seen how the liberals were, online on TikTok making fun of the situation, making jokes out of it, making mockeries out of it. It was just terrible. This is terrible. So I could only imagine what she was also going through and stuff like that. But just to give it a benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, somebody tweeting out that you should finish your term, you shouldn't go off like that. Especially you are somebody that's trying to be professional, somebody that's looked at as somebody professional. You should, control your temper and not go off like that, calling the man typical Republican man, saying always trying to tell women what to do. That's like saying a big fuck you to all your supporters, because most of your supporters are Republicans. They're the ones that voted for you for the Congress seat. So it just doesn't make sense for you to say that online about Republican men. That was a big betrayal. I understand Trump said what he said to you, calling you a traitor, but you shouldn't.
And then it gets so much better.
But you shouldn't turn your back on the Republican men because of a guy tweeting you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate your time. Please subscribe. We're gonna be back with some more content. We out.